I want to talk with you for just a few moments about intrinsic value of a company. You know, somebody that I know right now is trying to decide if he should sell his company. He's a wonderful brother in the Lord, has a good ministry. His ministry is growing, his family's growing, and his business is growing. And he can't keep up with all of it. And so he's contemplating, Lord, would you want me to sell my business after I've built it to this point? And so I spoke with him about EBITDA. Remember, we had the class on EBITDA, what EBITDA is, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. We talked about revenue, COGS, gross profit. You remember that video? And we learned some things. And in that video, I mentioned intrinsic value. So I've made a few little charts today to just start taking a little mystery out of how to formulate the intrinsic value of a company. And so before you invest in a company, before you buy a company, before you sell a company, you need to start figuring, what is the intrinsic value? Now, this is just one of the many ways that you evaluate what a business is worth. And a lot of this is just approximate. You know, it's better to get it approximately right than get it precisely wrong. You want to try to get things at least somewhat correct. So the value of a company is, it's a little difficult, and there's things like blue sky and inventory, all those things that come into play. But let's talk for just a little while today about the intrinsic value. Well, there's a few little things to take into consideration. TTM, whatever that is, growth rate. Okay, how much is the business growing? 8% a year, 12% a year, 5% a year? What's the growth rate? And then what's the terminal value? If we sold out, what is the terminal value? And then we hear this term discount rate, because I like to buy everything at a discount. Well, how do you figure the discount rate? Well, first, let's go back to this TTM. TTM is an accounting acrostic, meaning trailing 12 months. What kind of revenue, what kind of cash flow has the business generated in the last 12 months? It's nice to know what they've done the last 5 years. It's nice to know what they've done the last 10 years. But what was the TTM, the last 12 months? These are very important to find that number. And then this terminal value. How do you come up with the terminal value when you want to sell all your stocks in a particular company? You know, there comes a time that maybe you want to sell all your stocks out. Well, when is the right time? When is it right to get this terminal value? Should you stay in the stock for the next 59 years? Or is 10 years the right time? A lot of people, 10 years is the right time for them, and they get out. So you want to look ahead and think and plan. Always be evaluating the companies that you're investing in and the companies that you own and the company that you may want to purchase. And so then the discount rate, how to figure those things. I want to just talk a little bit right now about the terminal value. That's what my friend is wanting to know. What's the intrinsic value? What can I sell my company for? Or what's it worth? Well, the way you can begin getting an idea is you take that cash flow forecast. The next 12 months, what's the forecasted revenue? Will it be $200,000? Will it be $1 million? I don't know what size company you're about to sell. If it's a $250,000 company, that's very interesting to know. And then the terminal growth rate. At what rate is your business growing? Did you grow 5% last year? Did you grow 10% last year? What was the growth rate last year, year over year? That's very important. Your terminal growth rate. If it was 25%, that's significant. If it was 4%, that's not that significant. So that terminal growth rate, now 4%, praise God for growth, but it's not as significant as 25% growth. And so then you want to find that discount rate. You know, there's a formula, cash flow times 1 plus terminal growth rate divided by discount rate minus growth. You can look at that little formula and you can pause the video and try to help establish, what can I sell this company for? What is the intrinsic value of this company? Now, this works great in buying stocks as well. You know, I have a little bit of money in Robinhood. Robinhood, you can invest immediately. When the stock takes a giant dip, well, you can make an investment right then. You really want to invest in businesses that you know something about. Please don't invest in things you know nothing about. Well, this stock is only 40 cents a share. Yeah, but it may not be worth anything. So don't buy, 25,000 shares in something that's not worth anything. You've just wasted your money. I wouldn't invest anything in companies that I know nothing about. And I'm not going to invest in anything that is contrary to what a Christian should invest in. Alcoholic beverage? No. Too many warnings in the Bible against alcoholic beverage. So Robinhood, let's go back to that. Should you join Robinhood? Well, maybe. I joined, and I've got a little money there, and I've made a little money there. I like to buy when things are down, and you've got to be very careful though, because investing in individual stocks is riskier than investing in mutual funds. And on Robinhood, there's not mutual funds, but there are ETFs. I've mentioned several times about ETFs that I was going to, at some point, chat with you about that. ETFs are not professionally managed, but they are somewhat managed, and they're like a little basket, like a little bundle of stocks. So you're not just investing in one stock alone. You are investing in a little bundle. Now, you've got to watch how much you're paying out. What's the expense ratio on that? Always look that up. You invest in stock markets to make money. There's nothing wrong with making money. I want you to make as much money as possible. Profit is not forbidden in the Bible. Businessmen want to make money and then take that money and invest it in eternal things. I want my business friends to make as much as possible so that they can give as much as possible to help spread the gospel far and wide. Praise God for all of the wonderful Christian businessmen. Well, I hope that helps just a little bit of understanding intrinsic value. Plus, I'm going to put my Robinhood referral link at the bottom of this video. Join using my referral link. I will get a free stock, and you will get a free stock. Now, you could get a free stock worth $3, or you might get a free stock worth $160. That actually happens. And so consider that. But just follow the Lord in all this. Again, I've mentioned to you, don't be undisciplined. Don't do this at a whim or just emotional in making these decisions. But get some advice and follow the principles of the Bible and do your dead level best to please God in everything, including the way you manage your money and your funds. May God bless.